It's much more affordable and it helps me save that dough, which is my goal, saving money. Hey my Sky Savers, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kim and this is a world of Sky, a world for women and moms looking to save money and get the most bang for your buck. And today we're talking about 7 things that I stopped buying to save money. So I was just kind of doing some cleaning around my house and I was taking a look at things that I was using and things that were still just being stored and unused things. And I had so many things that were unused. And at that point I decided, why am I buying these things? I'm not using them. So that became the starting factor for me saying, you know what, I'm not buying these things anymore because they're going unused and I'm wasting money. And so the goal for me to save money was to stop buying these things. So these are the 7 things that I stopped buying. And I want you to know that you can remove and cut out spending without negatively affecting your life. You know, for me, I started removing things that I find completely unnecessary, or things or activities that do not meet and align with my end goals. The personal goal for me was to make small changes. I'm talking just some small changes that had a minimal impact on my life, but had a huge impact on my budget. You know what I mean? So that is what we're talking about today. Before we get into it, please be sure to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'd be forever grateful if you joined our family. Now, let's talk about these 7 things. Okay, so the first thing is clothes. Oh my goodness, you guys. I had so many clothes. I used to buy so many clothes and had a closet full of clothes with the tags still on them that I never wore. Does that sound like anyone else? Comment down below if you've been in that situation and you have things in your closet with the tags on it that you haven't worn for years. I can't be the only one, right? I found that out of all the clothes that I had, I was only wearing a small percentage of the clothes, like less than 50% of the clothes, and I would put those same clothes kind of into my rotation because they were comfortable, or for whatever reason, you know, I just gravitated to those clothing items. And that means I left everything else that I spent all this money on just sitting in my closet. So I went through my closet, I donated some clothes, I sold some clothes, and I decided that I don't need to buy any clothes for quite some time. And so that is something that I'm just not buying right now. Unless it's like a special occasion. Well, no. See? That's what I'm talking about. I have stuff for a special occasion in my closet with a tag on it. So no, I'm not buying any clothes right now. The second thing that I stopped buying is cable. Stop spending money on cable. You know, I wasn't even watching TV all that often. And when I was watching TV, it wasn't even cable channels. It typically was like the local news. So I didn't need cable for that anyway. And with the cost of cable rising and rising, y'all, it's getting so expensive. These companies are getting out of hand with what they're charging for cable. And I just couldn't justify the cost anymore. I wasn't willing to pay the company that much money every single month for something I didn't use. And even if I used it, I think I would have had to let it go anyway because it's just too much. Cable is just too expensive these days. So for me and my family with fast internet, streaming services are the way to go. So that's what we did. We switched to a streaming service that everyone in the family can use. It has shows for adults, it has sports, and it has the kiddie shows. So it is perfection in my opinion, and it works for our family. It's much more affordable and it helps me save that dough, which is my goal, saving money. The third thing that I stopped purchasing are convenience ingredients for meals. So I'm talking pre-bagged salads and like those pre-chopped up onions and celery, carrots, fruits, whatever it is that they sell in the grocery store that's already cut up for you. I stopped buying that stuff. Why? Because it costs twice as much as if you just bought the items and cut them up yourself. Twice as much. And oftentimes you're getting less in the pre-cut packaging than you would if you were just to buy that fruit or vegetable whole. So for me, I found that if I plan my meals ahead, I could get all of that same food for a fraction of the cost. And even better is it tastes better. You know, I'm all about the taste. I want my food to taste good. I want my food to taste fresh. And I found that purchasing the pre-cut stuff, the items weren't always the freshest to me. So if saving money is important to you, you need to ditch that habit of buying those pre-made salads and pre-cut fruits. Get you a good set of knives and a good cutting board, and you can cut those things up at home. Also, if you want to know more about the traps that the grocery store has to get you to spend more money while you're in their store, check out this video. It's very, very helpful. Probably things that you never noticed or thought of, mind-blowing and game-changing. So check out that video as well. The fourth thing that I stopped doing is, in general, I stopped buying most of my things at full price. And how did I do this? I did it with coupons. I coupon. If y'all are trying to save money and you're not couponing, what are you doing? What you doing, girl? Get to couponing. So let me ask you this. Do you buy lotion, laundry detergent, shampoo, razors, feminine care products, toothpaste, any of those things? Do you buy any of those things? I know you do. Well, I hope you do. Well, with couponing, you could be saving 50 to 90% off on those items. Why are you paying full price still? Why are you paying full price? Don't pay full price. 50 to 90% off. So I don't think I have to say much more than that. But what I will say is that I teach people how to do this, and I have a free masterclass, and it's for beginners, right? So it will teach you the basics and the fundamentals of how to get started couponing. Do yourself and your wallet a huge favor and check it out. You will not be disappointed. You need to learn how to save this money. I'll leave the link for the free class in the description box below. The fifth thing that I stopped purchasing are candles. Candles, right? So if you're a candle person, you're like, oh my gosh, you stopped purchasing candles? Yes, I stopped purchasing candles. Okay, candles are expensive. So for me, because they were expensive, when I would find candles on sale or at a good deal, I would stock up on all these different candles, right? When I started to burn them, they would give me a headache, or I didn't like how they smelled. You know how candles smell different? Sometimes they smell so good in the jar. When you smell them, you're like, that smells so good. And then you burn them and they smell like trash. That's what kept happening. Let me know in the comments below if that's been you. You thought the candle smelled good at the store, and then when you got it home, it was a no-go for you. Let me know. If the candles were giving me a headache or I didn't like how they smelled, I would just throw them away. Just completely throw them in the trash. So how wasteful is that? It's very, very wasteful. So I just don't buy candles anymore. I found that I am better and more satisfied buying a diffuser and some essential oils to get all the smell good, because I do love for my home to smell delicious, you know. So I find that that's a better route for me, and I'm no longer buying candles. The sixth thing that I stopped doing is getting manicures. You know, during that unspoken time when we're all forced to stay home and everything shut down, I invested in some manicure tools during this time and learned how to do a good manicure myself. And what I found is that I actually like to do my own nails. It's kind of therapeutic for me, a little self-care, and I really like it. So not only is it so much cheaper to do your own manicure and pedicures at home, but it's just better for me because I actually hate going to the salon for that. I just do. I just hate it. And the last thing that I stopped buying were just cheap things because they were cheap. So I love a good deal from the clearance section, especially if I know it's a bomb deal, right? But I had to teach myself that just because it's a good deal doesn't mean that you need it, Kim. That does not mean that you need to pick that up and take it home with you. I was doing that, and I was accumulating so much stuff that I really had to pull back and stop doing that. So now I really do assess if I need that cheap item before I get it, or if I know someone else who is on a search for that item, or if it's something that I know someone in my family could use, then I will purchase the items. If it does not meet that criteria, then unfortunately, as hard as it is sometimes, I have to leave those things on the shelf. I feel like I'm doing my service and being kind and leaving those things for the next lucky shopper. Okay, so those are the 7 things that I'm no longer buying and wasting my money on. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you hit that notification bell so you do not miss any future uploads from me. I do upload a new video every single week, and it's pertaining to saving you money in some fashion. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you, and I'll see you in my next video. Happy saving!